If you're new to investing or even experienced, you know that things can spiral out of control really fast. You've got to have a set of rules that you can depend on and that you can count on that'll never lead you astray. And I'm going to tell you right now, with all of the investing that I've ever done, I've got 3 core secrets. These are the 3 things that my investments have to include. And if they do, then I'm going to actually do my due diligence and see if I want to do them. If they don't, I'm out. So the first secret, we've actually got to really identify what the word investment means, because when I say investment, apparently the rest of the world and the financial planners, we don't sync up. We don't see each other eye to eye. When we talk about the secrets to investing, rule number 1, my investment has to pay me. What do I mean by that? Well, when I put my money somewhere, I expect to be paid on a regular basis, like monthly or quarterly. So if I put my money out, it better what? It better come home. Now, if you take a look at what society has, it says, put money in the stock market. I'm not going to tell you the stock market is bad, but I call it a speculative investment. Why? Because it doesn't pay me anything. Or I could put my money in a 401k or an IRA. But if you've got those, let me ask, how much money did they pay you last month? You're not going to find an answer. They paid you nothing. That's because they're not designed to pay you. Almost everything society has you do, annuities, all these different options, they're not designed to pay you and I. So what we do is we take all of our money, we take our hard-earned savings, we give it to someone or an organization, and what do we get in return? We get nothing. That's called speculative investing. Instead, I want to get an ROI and I want to get paid. And I can get paid in a number of ways, but I'm almost always primarily asking, is there a cash flow on this property that I'm going to be receiving? Number 2, my second rule, I'm looking for what's called an asymmetric ROI. And an asymmetric investment has very low downside and it has very high upside. And what this does, this means that I can go in the game of real estate and I can, as a standard, get 20 or 25% ROI. And I've even done deals where I've made 500% ROI, 1,000% ROI, 5,000% ROI. I know that sounds crazy, but when you're putting very little money at risk and you have really high upside, which is what asymmetric means, this is how you give yourself a shot of really financially getting somewhere in life. Now, real estate is where I find a lot of my asymmetric investments. There are other options. Business is certainly one of them, but real estate I'm a fan of it because I can do deals out there. In fact, just in my community, I had one of my students say, hey, Kris, I got this deal. I would make about 40 grand on it, but it's going to cost me 1,000 out of pocket. Should I do it? And I tried to hold myself back and be as polite as I could without saying, of course I want you to do the deal right now because I put $1,000 in and I get 40 grand back. Just calculate the ROI. If I sell it 5 years later and I get that, I'm getting a 4,000% return over 5 years. I'm averaging 800% a year. How would you like to make 800% a year? It tastes really yummy. So I'm looking for asymmetric ROI. My third rule and secret, which is an absolute game changer, is that the investment needs to be passive. For some reason, a lot of people think that getting in the game of real estate means doing a flip or something hands-on. They want to drive to Home Depot. And I'm not going to say there's anything wrong with that, but that's no longer an investment. That's now a job. And it can be a better paying job, it can be a worse paying job, but either way, it's a what? It's a job. We're trying to leverage real estate as a vehicle to get out of the rat race, not just change the way that the race looks. We're actually trying to leverage real estate, and I'm looking for something that for me has least time, least effort, least risk, but makes the most money. Friends, when I approach my world of investing, these 3 are musts. Because if it's not passive, guess what? I'm going to run out of time. We all got 168 hours in a week, so that doesn't work for me. I need the best investments, not mediocre societal investments. And then I need to get paid on it, because if I am, those are freedom dollars. Whether my cash flow is $100 or $500 or $1,000, it all starts adding up, stacking up, meaning that someday I'm going to be financially free from these 3 secrets right here. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope it was really useful for you. If you've watched it and you're thinking to yourself, I think I need some hands-on help. Kris, can I get some further mentoring? Where do I find asymmetric investments that are passive that can work for me? If you click the link in the description below, you've got an opportunity to jam with a member of my team. And they'll take care of you. They'll actually do a free consultation with you. And you also have a chance, more importantly, to get my book, Unstoppable, for free. It's all about your ultimate real estate game plan, how you go from nothing to millions of dollars. That's where I came from. That's what I've been able to do. And I've been able to duplicate it with a number of people. At last week's event, Sterling Holyoke showed up. He had started with me 8 years ago. Today he's worth $3.7 million and his wealth is skyrocketing. So if you'd like to have your big shot and you want to find out what's possible for you, click the link, get your book for free, and talk to a member of my team so that we can share with you how you can live these 3 secrets and live a much better life.